Hey you guys, it's Jen at Jen's Haunts, and I know that the haunt season is upon us, and I know I said I was done other than repairs, but I pretty much got them finished and I couldn't help myself. I don't know what I'd be doing if I wasn't building something Halloween. So I thought I would squeeze one more in. I have never made a tombstone, which I know sounds so funny because that's usually where people start, but I kind of skipped that step. So I've always wanted to make one, but I also wanted to squeeze in a monster mud project this year. And if I did a huge one like I've done in the past, it just wasn't going to fit in my garage. So here's my fare to middling. I decided to make a tombstone that was more 3D with more of an image coming out of it. And a lot of this I had. The foam was inexpensive. I did a bride a couple years ago, so I had that little bridal crown thing and with the fabric on it. And then the wig I bought a year or two ago, thinking I was going to do something with it, and then I didn't. So it wouldn't be a far stretch for me to just kind of squeeze one in at the end. So what happened was I ended up at Michael's, and they were having 60% off their Sophia somebody summer cutesy stuff. So I ended up with this frame that it had a piece of wire on the back with just little clippies to like hang pictures, but it was on sale for $11, and then the skull was like $4.50, and these little bird cages were like $8.50. I haven't decided what to do with these. If I don't come up with anything good, I'll probably just put candles in them and then give it a go next year when I have more time. I'll see something throughout the year that I'm sure sooner or later will inspire me. But so I just mounted the frame. After I stripped this bit of insulation foam, I mounted it with great stuff and taped it down. I put a little bit of weight on there to make sure that it didn't foam up, and then with her I painted all this first with the gray paint, and then I went ahead and tried to make my own monster mud this year, and I think it worked out pretty well. I used the black driveway sealant with a bit of the the sheetrock stuff, and I think it worked out pretty well, and the whole point was it was pretty inexpensive. So here she is, and I will either paint this whole thing black with the driveway sealant and then dry brush that with the lighter gray, or she'll end up all light gray and I will accent with a bit of black and do some weathering on it. So I haven't decided which way I'm going to go. I will put a name down here. I think her name is Catherine Tate. I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I just kind of think that's who she was. Who knows why I come up with these things, but I think that's her name. So I'll show you this when it's done. It ended up a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. I reinforced the back with some wood that I actually put in the block at the bottom, and I grate stuffed it to the back. So that's pretty secure. And then the head is, it has like shish kebab, those bits of wood, they're like great big huge toothpicks. I shoved 2 of those into her head to attach her to the foam. So I think after she's all painted and stuff, she should be pretty secure, but being that she's so heavy, I'm a little bit worried about the wind. I might have to do a little reinforcing on the bottom, which is always kind of a bummer because I think I'm done, and then it's blowing over all the time, and that's always a bummer. I could put rebar in the bottom, but you guys know how it goes. I'll think of something, but I kind of wish that she would just sit up like a tombstone. That'd be cool. So other than that, I told you guys that I had to do some repairs, and I did. I really remade a lot of this. I had taken the backing off this top corner, and it like bowed and did weird stuff, so I had to fill that in with great stuff and paint it. And then this part here, I used a liquid nails product. It didn't work at all, and it came off, and then we get wind here in California, something fell on it, the whole thing was a mess. So I pretty much had to remake my whole front rose window. So I reapplied new foam insulation board there, so there's 2 of those, and then I built it a wooden frame, and then I attached the whole thing to the wood frame, you know, that's behind here. So it really is all one piece. I won't be able to take it apart again. The only problem I'm having is I'm gonna have to do some touch-up paint here because I put in new lighting, and when it's lit you can see that that's not painted and it's like a weird white line. So I'll do that, and I'll have to paint it on the outside because this is all attached and it's not coming off. But you know, it's going to be at the apex of the very top of my garage. It's not like anyone's going to see it. But this was in pretty bad shape. I should have taken better care of it. I should have tried to squeeze it behind that barn. It would have had more protection. I had it on the side yard, and you know, I paid for that mistake because I got to remake almost the whole thing. So the only other thing I had to do, other than have some wine on this beautiful evening, was I had to make this really small panel. When I put Madame Sonia or Madame LaBelle, I think she's got 2 different names, when I strapped all that to the porch, I ended up with a gap because I moved the windows to fit her in there. So now I have this piece. I won't have a gap this year. I still have to accent it with some gray paint with the sea sponge. And other than that, you guys, I think I'll really be done. With this guy here, he's going to have a top hat and probably a bow tie. I also thought about doing, you know, how they do the skull head kind of screaming or just coming out with the mesh cloth. I thought that would have been cool, but I guess she's a bride and I guess he's a groom. So I'm going to put a hat on him and a tie, and he'll be less interesting than her because she's got all this beautiful hair. But you'll get to see the whole frame, and I'll do a crack or 2 and try to make it interesting. And I'll probably just put Tate on the bottom down here, and that'll be it. So I've enjoyed watching your guys' videos. I think this Halloween is going to be really awesome for all of us. I'm getting pretty excited. My haunt will go up on October 1st or October 2nd. It'll be a little bit late this year just because of the way the calendar's falling. But I will get it. The big stuff, the facade, and all my big tombstones will be out after the 2nd of October. And I will do a video then and give you an update. So, okay, you guys, I hope you're having a great week, and I will talk to you later.